Then is this rare atmospheric phenomenon which is thought to have caused the outage. Our science correspondent Martin Stew is here to explain. So go on then, what is it?
Well, Mary, it's all a bit of a mystery. We've only heard so far from Portugal's grid operator. They blame, as you said, this rare atmospheric phenomenon. They say it's extreme temperature variations which caused, I quote, anomalous oscillations in the very high voltage lines, also known as induced atmospheric vibrations.
Right, so that's clear then.
Which begs the question, what on earth does that mean? Well, look, in certain rapidly changing weather conditions, what you can see is the air around power lines gets warm and damp and windy, and you can physically sometimes see wires gallop, like you can see in Winnipeg here in America. It's not actually the physical movement that's the bigger problem. The main issue is if the ionized air around those cables interacts with the cable itself, it can change the electricity inside the wire. And as that frequency changes, it becomes different to the rest of the grid. And if that difference gets too great, the system has to shut down for safety reasons. What's unusual here is normally a bit like if the trip switch goes in your bathroom, the light stays on in the kitchen, a small section should have turned off. It seems to have wiped out the whole grid. There'll be lots of questions about that. And then what is really, really weird, in the words of an expert I spoke to, is if you look at Spain's weather forecast. Here is the weather today. Classic springtime temperatures, sunny, light winds. These are not the conditions that should be causing induced atmospheric vibrations. Now, we are yet to hear from the Spanish grid provider. Hopefully they can throw some light. Until then, we are as much in the dark, to be honest, as those people who are